Good morning, South Florida.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Grab your coffee as we brew up the talk of the day.
From the latest scoop around town
to feel-good stories and messages of hope.
A few jokes and live calling.
Highlighting local businesses.
Discussing hot trends and news stories.
A dash of feel-good nostalgia.
I love those morning cartoons.
Keeping up with upcoming events.
Sometimes trying and delicious foods.
Weekly horoscope updates.
An occasional flying duck.
Some sparkle dust.
Don't forget my bell.
And my wand.
With our brew crew laughing on set.
So grab your coffee, your bagel, donut, or any breakfast as we get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
And don't leave us hanging. Give us a follow. Comment live or call right into the show at 888-994-4995 Studio B.
Whether it's a tip of the day or just to say good morning, we'd love to hear from you.
From Amp Media Production Studio, it's
the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. Freddie, you have to get up. We've got a morning show to do.
Just give me 5 more minutes. Where'd I put my hat?
Come on, Freddie. You don't have time. Get out of bed.
I can never find my hat when I need it.
We'll get the hat at the studio. Let's go. Pour yourself some coffee and get to the studio because it's time for the morning show.
Now, where's my bell?
Wake up, America!
Woody Allen in the house. We're gonna miss Woody.
Just when he gets in the groove, he's heading on out.
I know he's heading back home. Where's home? It's Naples.
I think home is
Fort Myers.
Oh, the other side.
Yep, the West Coast.
You're there just in time for the hurricane season.
Yep, I'm gonna get hit.
So if you need to come back because you get hit,
I think you live here, right?
Can I take shelter here in the
Yes.
studio?
In the bunker.
Just a hurricane.
100%.
I know the studio's gonna.
100%. Yeah, I found out yesterday. Today's his last day.
I know. Tell me.
So we're gonna miss you.
Stop.
I know, I'm gonna miss
Just when
being
he
here.
gets into the groove,
Yep.
he's out.
Bittersweet.
So what are your plans for the rest of the summer?
Rest. Been working hard all summer.
Sure, yeah.
You got no idea,
yeah,
my
right.
friend, right?
Yeah, he has the right one. Yeah,
I'm not saying nothing.
sure he has.
It's like I told you yesterday, we'll take out that violin.
Unbelievable. Listen, you gotta do what you gotta do for you. What's the matter?
Some exciting news. Anyway, morning. Happy July 3rd. Getting ready for tomorrow.
Yes, and I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
We have a car issue,
Oh, lovely.
so
I know how that's like.
I'm not doing that.
Okay.
I thought you meant Dawn's car was in the shop.
No, that's not here. My car is fine. So this car that we usually take over, I don't feel like. This is the number 1 day of the year that they rent cars.
The 3rd?
Hertz is completely 98.9% enforced. To get a car from Hertz, it would be very difficult. And I don't feel like, because I will rent a car, I'm not taking my car to them. And it's just, what?
Happy July 3rd, everyone, coming from the happy man over here. You've got much to be thankful for today.
It's not Thankful Day. It's the
Thankful Day.
4th of July.
Every day is like Thankful Day because I'm thankful that some
you
of the
wake up
stuff
on
I've been
Thankful
working on.
You're not
Wait, wait,
hashtag
wait.
grateful?
Are you questioning me because I'm an NYU student and I'm not very educated? I've been accused of this.
Did I just say all
No, it
those
wasn't
words
you.
that
It's
just came out of your
it's
mouth?
an
It was someone
accusation I
else.
wanted to talk about
I don't
today.
think anyone said you were uneducated. They just you didn't know. You just didn't know certain
Exactly.
things that were bordering of certain things. But quite honestly,
Who the hell cares?
that's why you're not even need GPS. That's where you go on tours and airplanes and holy cow, it's a whole long text.
I'm not just going to read it. It's pretty smart. But yes, I am an NYU graduate, Louis.
Graduate?
I'm a graduate. I also was accepted to Drake University Law School, which I did not go. So you don't have to worry about my well-being and my education. No, we don't do politics on the show. We don't. But we don't hide either. We're very transparent to what we do and how we've been doing it, entering our 9th year doing it. I've been doing this business 21 years, just like Louis has done the hot dog business for many, many years. So you ain't got to worry about it.
We should have Louis come in and try the carrot hot
He won't.
dogs.
He won't come in.
Well,
That's
yeah.
another thing. Louis,
That
I
was
may-
crazy.
I mean, he doesn't do hot dogs. He does the carts.
Oh, okay. Maybe
So
we
I
can put
may have
carrots
to
in
buy
the hot
one of
dog
his
cart.
courses of that carrots.
Can you imagine doing like a vegan hot dog cart,
That'd be crazy.
No.
right?
And if it's good, like that would
It's
be-
good. You should tell
The
your
carrots
boss.
from the other day.
You should tell your boss to put carrot hot dogs on his
Maybe
menu.
you should go in and tell him.
You know, you keep telling me this. I called him. He says, "I'll call you back." Never call me back.
Well, you don't go in to eat. You
know,
call for other
The
things.
funny thing is, I'm not a big carrot person. Like my go-to vegetable is usually not a carrot.
Broccoli.
I say, what is your
Broccoli.
go-to?
If it's raw, it's going to be cucumbers. It was tomatoes, but I think I'm allergic to them. So cooked, even carrots, I'm like, it's just never a go. It used to be, but the crunch in my teeth is like, I can't do it. But those carrots
That's
were
why I don't like pickles. I don't
unbelievable.
like the
So
crunch.
I'm having to rethink the carrot situation.
Don't rethink it. Just don't eat it.
Well, no, if you boil them and they're a little tender, and you gotta have the right seasoning because carrots taste like carrots.
Well, she says you got to put that whole thing together.
Well, one thing you put it in curry. Like carrots are always used in curry, and it's very good.
Carrots and curry. That's interesting.
That doesn't taste
Oh,
like a
don't
hot
knock it till you
dog.
try it. Don't knock it till you try
I've
it.
never
It
had it.
doesn't taste like a
Wow.
hot dog.
Everything she cooks, I'm like, this is gonna be really bad. But like, I know I have to be like, oh, I'm so excited, and I'm like, this is gonna be awful, and it's good.
Did you try the hot
Everything,
dog?
yeah,
Was it
everything she makes, I'm like, I have no idea
I
what she's
remember
doing
when she
over
made
there.
that stir fry.
That was
I'm
good.
skeptical every time she brings stuff in, and every time I put my foot in my mouth. Not my foot in my mouth, but I
And
put
it's
my.
funny because I'm sitting there saying I'm about to eat a hot dog.
I was watching
carrot.
your
I was
face.
like,
Yeah.
it just doesn't feel right. And
Right.
when I ate it, I said, it tastes like a hot dog. Unbelievable.
Totally. It was delicious. She'll be back on Monday, so we'll see what she's got cooking on Monday after the 4th
We
of
may
July.
have to start rehashing some famous things. Or do contests or something. Maybe get political. Maybe we can either like Trump or Biden. Whatever it is.
start arguing.
I can't go political because you know what?
I miss
Oh, there's
it.
no buzzer.
None of them are a good situation at all, is all I can tell you.
Well,
I
people
just
seem
let's not argue about golf, okay?
No, we're not
Well,
going to
About golf.
golf.
Yeah,
What's wrong with golf?
golf.
they were arguing about golf.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyone see America's Got Talent last night? It's like, you know you're on summer content when you're watching America's Got Talent and the ninja thing? So I'm watching America's Got Talent, and I don't know, I didn't realize they were new episodes. I thought they were reruns, so I saw it this morning. There was this little girl from Tampa, 9 years old. She did Tina Turner, like Tina Turner. She was unfreaking believable. She got the golden buzzer from Heidi Klum. Imagine like Heidi Klum is just gorgeous.
Yeah, but how did Crow do with that? Mr. Crow.
Oh, everyone was just in awe because this little girl, because I saw a recap this morning on the news that she's from Tampa, 9 years old, with a voice as powerful as Tina Turner.
Wow.
Unbelievable. So check that episode out, a local Florida girl.
So I came up with an idea for this mask. I want to paint it gold.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's probably
Where's
gold one in the
Michael?
box.
There's no there isn't. They're all silver.
Okay.
So I want to wear the golden mask. And do you remember back in the day, maybe you don't remember, they used to do something, the dunce episode. So something you did,
Did you have like a hat?
and you
Yeah,
used
it
to
was
wear
like a
the
cone.
dunce hat. Yes. But instead of wearing the
So
hat, you're going to
politically
wear...
incorrect, by the way.
A Santa hat.
Why?
Because
Because that's like demoralizing
Yeah,
somebody.
public
Calling them-
humiliation.
Right.
It was not public humiliation. You did something wrong. Like, you know, you
What?
got... Like, I don't know, you put mayonnaise and beef together.
Oh, okay, a
whatever.
silly thing.
A silly thing.
Okay.
So then you got to wear the mask.
Okay.
Let me
That's
see.
like a scarlet
Fix
letter.
your face. Huh?
That's like the scarlet letter. Like you do
Yes.
something wrong, you.
All right, so what was your thing? So what is it, like a food mishap?
Anything you do wrong, you end up...
You know, I grew up eating ketchup on my hot dogs, and I thought that was wrong, but apparently ketchup is number one even over mustard on hot dogs.
I hate ketchup.
Did you?
I'm over ketchup.
I hate
Really?
I go barbecue
Yeah.
now. I go
Ketchup
barbecue,
is like-
straight barbecue.
Oh.
On your hot dog?
I like any other condiment. But
Oh, I
You don't
love.
like ketchup?
I hate ketchup.
Why?
My parents give me crap about it. I hate it.
Ever wonder who came up with the word condiment?
Yeah.
It's the guy who made the condom.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. The
Buzzer.
really
You put
well,
a mint on it.
Yeah.
but bum. Title of today's show
But
is
that's
condom
exactly what
mints.
it is. If you look at ketchup going over things, covering things, it's like a condom. It covers things.
No, like who created? Like
Actually,
even
that's why.
if you
Look
want
it
to
up.
get
That's what I mean.
listen, Mr. Educated of Latin, what's the root word of condiment? And how do you compare it to
Economical.
anything?
it probably is condiment.
Topping.
No, the root word. Like if you're doing,
Like
if you're
in
breaking
Latin,
up a
what's the
word,
word made
what
of?
the word is made of.
I don't know. It's crazy how like English takes some Latin and some Romance words because
Are you
it's like
looking it
which
up?
ones are Latin and which ones are Romance words.
Well, again, what Romance word is condiment?
Yeah,
So
con.
like, I'm thinking, who came up with this word and what happened?
Con is with in Spanish. Con mean
Con is also a negative thing.
with the mint. I don't know, but
Yeah.
it's spelled MENT. You looking it up? Condiment, negative with. This is the this is the
That means it
dictionary
doesn't belong
version.
The
with
Latin-
what you're putting it with.
The
Does
Latin,
not belong.
the Latin words to hold
Mint.
together or contain.
Oh,
A
okay.
That makes
measuring,
sense.
contain,
Well,
restrain,
yeah,
and satisfy.
and a
Condiment?
It
condom.
came from the
Hold
Middle
it
French,
together, that's what the
18th
buns
century.
for.
Came from French. France.
Oh, okay. Well, it makes sense.
It's a French
Contain.
word,
Most
They said
words-
they even used it in the 1500s, but I don't know why.
so it's
Word
not a
condom.
Romance language or a Latin word.
So, but there's a lot of myth of where it came from, but it means to you know, to
I swear,
contain.
English is all a lie.
To contain.
English is crazy
That's
because it's a
interesting.
mix of all the
I
different
know.
words,
That's why it's
which
a
is
lie,
even
'cause it's like-
crazier because English didn't stem from America; it stemmed from England. So like,
And where did England get it from?
I don't know.
The Latin. It was Latin.
Well,
from the
everything
Greeks.
stems from Latin, but then you have like you have Latin, and then you have your Romance languages, and then you have your Asian languages, and all of it blends together to make English. And then you have like your traditional like Scottish, Irish art come down from English, but it's like crazy how English is the mixing pot of all the languages, and that's
But
what
then you-
in America
and
we
then
use.
You let Americans do their own verbiage, and you get
Yeah.
rap,
Yeah, its own.
and this is a whole.
You
nobody
get your different
understands that
strains of
language.
language
That
and
girl
slang.
said Sicily has their own language. I'm Sicilian. I didn't know I speak my own
You
language.
don't even speak English.
But is there a word or a phrase that you say often or you hear that you never actually thought about what it truly means, and then you have this aha moment of, oh yeah, like that makes sense.
Of course.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Give me an
course.
example. Oh, of course is one? How is
Of
that an
course.
example of, wow, now I understand what that means?
Don't you know what of course means?
Because when you're saying, let me think.
You're like, yes, you'll do it. Like, of course
It's
I
of
will.
course.
Would you do this for me? Of
Of the
course.
course of yes, I'll do
Will
it.
you do this?
Like the
Of
path,
course.
the course. I never even thought about that.
I
You
still
hate
don't.
it when I say that.
I still don't.
If he says, will you do this? I say, of course, he thinks I'm mad. And if I say,
No,
yeah,
no,
he
no,
thinks
no.
I'm mad.
When you're texting somebody, they say the
Of
word
course,
sure.
of the course. That's interesting. Sure.
When they say sure on a text, you know they
Oh,
don't
yeah.
want to do it.
Sure is like.
Oh, my dad does that.
Have you
Really?
guys
Yes.
have you guys ever been called ugly, like internally ugly?
Yeah.
That was something I always
How do you
No,
know what
like-
I look like on the inside?
what I was always like ugly. If someone says you're being ugly, it means you're being mean or you're being like not nice.
Right.
Yeah.
But then like other people, if you say like, oh, that's an ugly thing to say, they think it means like you're talking about their appearance. And that was one thing that I've always was like, ugly means like you're being mean, and it's like no, other people will take it like if they say you're being ugly, it means like you're not pretty.
No, if they tell you you're ugly, they mean you're being mean.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
many
that's
people-
what
not
that's
many
what I
people-
always thought because I
and not
used
many-
it
not many
interchangeably.
Other people are gonna say it the other way. You really have to have a set of cojones on you to say it the other way. I don't think
Again,
a lot of
not
people
a-
say that.
Bird's eye view.
Yeah.
Things you think about is clearly because the bird's got a clearer view.
Mhm.
Things that all these phrases that I wonder like, and then I don't wonder where they came from until I say them. Of
Yeah.
course I never thought about though. That's interesting.
It's very philosophical.
How
there,
about you, Casey?
Marlon.
Any?
There's some where I'm like, oh,
Like what?
what's with that? I don't remember because it's been a while.
So how do you know?
I just remember having those thoughts. In
But
my
you
head,
don't
but I
remember.
can't
You just said you don't remember.
I remember having those thoughts. I don't
There's
remember what the
one right
word
there.
was. I don't
How
remember
you-
what
I'm
the
thinking
word
about the thoughts
was.
that go through your head. Like, what's inside the mind of Casey? How's it go? Is it
The
like
next
crazy,
3 weeks is
chaotic?
inside my head.
This leads well to the segment.
Is
Oh,
it?
let's do
Okay,
the
let's do it. Yeah.
Inside the mind of Casey.
Oh, you got it.
Not necessarily Casey, but
Oh,
That would be a great segment.
They say hold your horses so you'll be stable.
yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Funny.
But-
Oh,
bum.
I
I
say
have
that.
a couple of these.
Merlin, you're amazing.
I say that a lot. Hold your horses.
BCTV
Headquarters.
Okay. This kind of takes some explaining.
Headquarters.
So in the movie Inside Out, everybody has a control panel in their brain. So for those, hang on. Sorry, went too fast. So in your brain, in the movie, your brain has a control panel that controls your emotions. And you have your 5 core emotions, and every person has like the CEO, the CFO, the C whatever of all the emotions, and they go down. So the lead emotion controls the panel, and the other emotions chime in to control your actions. So part 1 is, who do you think is the lead in your headquarters? Okay, we can go to the next slide.
Part 1 is.
Who do you think is the lead in your headquarters? So your core emotions are joy, sadness, fear, anger, disgust, and then the second film added anxiety, embarrassment, envy, and una. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's boredom.
You knew.
And inu.
Your
Yeah,
core
I know.
emotions.
So why don't they use?
had no idea.
Why don't they just say boredom? Why don't they use the word anew?
I think they were like trying to make it into a person.
My
'Cause,
core
like,
emotion
boredom-
is
I don't know.
fear.
Okay, you can go to the next slide.
Envy
Oh,
and boredom.
so like the top one is the main character's Riley. That's her control panel. So joy is her top one, and then fear, disgust, sadness, and then anger.
Who's the guy on the right?
Anger.
Anger, yeah.
No, he's happy.
And
he's
then
joy.
the picture on the left is Riley's mom's headquarters. So sadness is her key emotion, and then joy, anger, fear, disgust. And
Yeah.
then on the right is Riley's dad, and anger is his core emotion. Sadness,
Do
fear.
does the height of those characters signify anything?
No.
No.
Like anger lowers.
It's just
and-
their
It's where they are
personality.
on the panel.
Short-tempered.
Or maybe
Yeah.
it's a vibration.
Short-tempered.
That's funny. That's good. Wow.
Yeah.
And green with envy.
And green with envy.
Yeah.
And does it matter that they made the cartoon character a female or male? Or
Yeah, it's for the
or
person.
thing?
It's
Oh, the person who's feeling the
'Cause, like,
emotion.
Gotcha.
that one is Riley's head. She's a kid, so she doesn't like.
See how they're
have a
all men and
personality
all
yet.
women on
And
the
then
others?
this is Riley's mom. That's Riley's dad.
So they're all women for the mom and men for the.
Yeah.
Dad.
I
Well,
got you.
Yeah, they're
I
all.
think they're really
Some of them I think are
complicated.
Yeah,
non-gender
it's a complicated. It's a
specific.
good movie.
They're just emotions.
I want to go
Yeah.
see that.
So.
And then you can go to the next one.
Which one?
Hang on, there's a second part.
So we want to know what our genders are. What we
No,
look like
what's your
inside?
core? What emotion takes you on your what's it called? Control panel. So
There are
additionally, oh what?
Go ahead.
There are personality islands, and these islands are in the brain that make up your personality, and they come from your core memories and your emotions in your headquarters. So what are your islands? So in this one, Riley likes hockey, so she has a hockey island. She loves her family. She has a family island. She's funny, so she has goofball island. So what the question is, what emotions control your control panel, and what are your personality islands?
Gotcha. That's a good question. Is sports many islands or just one big stadium island?
It depends. It's for every person.
One big one?
I don't know. I think your football. All your what's bigger, your football island or your baseball
No,
island?
my creativity island's bigger than anything. But my sports island,
Which sports
like a
is the bigger
stadium.
island? It's football or
Yeah,
baseball
My crea-
or basketball?
I think they all play in the same sphere.
They're all the same for you.
You have one big sports island.
Yeah.
It'll be like one big stadium.
All
and
the-
everybody-
But my
It's just a
stadium-
big stadium.
Literally, all
My
the
stadium
all the
is
teams
so
in New
cool.
York literally play in the same
Because my
stadium.
stadium changes.
Right, the way I say it for you, it's just like one big stadium for all sports. So
Well, in New York, they all play in the same
so
stadium.
Basketball, it flips.
Mm.
So it makes
That's
flips
right.
the
It flips into
and
that.
then baseball flips the court.
Uh.
Football flips the court, and it keeps going. And going and going.
Yeah.
That's what I see for you.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I got from my sports island. On a similar subject matter, the Eagles.
I have a
You went to
stress
see them?
island. Yes.
Yeah. Well, they have anxiety.
Yeah, I got a big stress
You went to
island.
see the Eagles concert.
Yes.
How was it?
Amazing.
And they invited me to see the Eagles concert at the Sphere in
Las Vegas?
Las Vegas,
Who's they?
Yeah.
the radio station.
Oh, nice.
And I'm thinking of going.
You should.
The
Yeah.
Sphere. You know what the Sphere
Did
is?
they pay for the tickets?
I don't know yet.
Mm.
I gotta find out.
You got to find out because the tickets were.
Expensive, right?
Mm.
But this is like in the Sphere. Forget
Yeah.
about the Eagles. Who cares? But the Sphere. You ever been to the Sphere? Where you're
Nope.
you're embedded in lights and angles and stuff like. So I'm thinking
During the
about
day,
what
you
you're
don't see
saying.
it.
You got my creativity island all in an uproar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don, who's on your control panel?
Oh, anxiety for
Oh,
sure.
God.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was an island.
Panic.
Can you
Anxiety
bring
and joy.
the slide up?
But then I've got
characters.
joy and I've got like my fantasy island also. My
Yeah.
like manifestation.
You got a fantasy island too? You got a
like
fantasy island,
not
my
that,
friend?
but
Not the
like,
same kind of
Not your
fantasy
kind
island.
of fantasies. Kind of just like my
No, bring up
my
the
world of
heads,
cartoons
the
and
pieces.
animation.
All right, so if that were you on top,
Who would I be?
where's your fantasy island? Little blue guy? Who's the
No,
fantasy
no, no.
island?
Those are your board. So they make the islands. So these aren't your islands.
They don't
These.
control the islands.
This
either.
is headquarters.
Headquarters.
To the
I
island?
think they need to go watch.
Headquarters makes the. Yeah, you have to watch the movie to understand it. But this is your executive board. They make the islands. So your emotions.
So who runs the islands?
Them.
So who runs a specific island?
It's part of your personality. So when you make memories, they decide if it goes into your core memory. And when you have your core memories, those form your
Do
personality.
you ever have like a core memory from childhood that brings you joy, and then
That's in there.
and then the older you get, you realize, well, maybe that wasn't a joyful memory. Maybe
movie.
maybe it's why I've got all these traumas, but you didn't realize it until now. It's a trick. You're like, but I thought I had a great childhood, but now I'm triggered by that situation. So maybe it's not really a joyful memory.
Yeah,
Ever have that?
all the time.
You got that?
I don't
Look
know
at
what
his
the hell you're
face.
talking
He's
about.
Barbie
like,
movie was a
No.
little bit about
But
that.
that's one of the scenes in the movie. Because can I spoil it?
No,
This in
don't
the first
spoil it.
one.
I don't wanna
No, no,
go
no,
see
no,
it.
no, 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 no.
I won't spoil
What
it.
about an island that comes out of nowhere?
They don't come out of nowhere. So when you go through your like
What is your
everyday life,
problem?
your eyes.
Jeez, Louise, you know, it's funny. I put up with your nonsense. Take it easy. It's just a question.
So
Do
like
islands come out of nowhere?
no, they come from your memories. So you live your whole life, and through your eyeballs, if there's like a memory, it gets stored in the little yellow balls that were in the first
Oh, okay.
part.
So
And then
a storage. bin.
yeah,
Alright.
they go into storage. Kind of. They go. It looks like your brain, but they go in like little shelves. And at the end of the day, your emotions are like, this one was important, and they pull it out and put it in your core memories. So there's only like 10 core memories, and they make up your islands. But as you get older, they change.
The personality memories are interesting. But yeah, there's been like memories that I haven't even thought about, just like childhood things. You grow up and these are relationships. And then I realize these are like trauma issues for me that I never
Yeah.
realized were even a thing until now as an adult. They wreak havoc on my personality.
Do you spend time
Yeah.
thinking about
Yes,
this?
because as I get older, I realize what are some of my triggers and where they come from,
you
which
spend-
I
What
never
anxiety
realized
comes
was there.
all
from.
the time. Yeah.
Anxiety comes from thinking about the future so much.
Him?
Sometimes.
Do you spend time on
Of
that?
course.
It's normal to,
Do you
Yeah.
spend time
You should.
thinking about this?
Yes.
Triggers and triggers you and all that?
But if I can understand,
you ain't
if I understand the trigger, then I can understand how to work through the trauma.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
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 I've known you 9 years.
But I'm becoming
And you
more
ain't
aware
never meant ever to control the trigger.
because I'm getting more clear in what has
No,
caused
you ain't getting
them.
more clear, you're just screaming more loudly.
You know what Helen told me yesterday? I should really control it because just my presence is a lot of emotion.
Well,
So-
that's a whole
What?
different. That's a whole different.
Like,
thing.
okay.
But you know, as you get older, things become more significant.
Bless you.
So when something doesn't go right, it bothers you more. It's the same trigger you had when you were 20,
That's what I'm saying.
but it doesn't affect you as much today. And
Right.
you got more skin in the game in the things you're doing.
True.
And it's affecting Gio. Gio has more skin in some of the things.
I gotta
that
tell you,
are going
Gio
on.
has been amazing.
I don't
He
know.
is like
You lit him up.
freaking on point, putting things together. I am so grateful that I have him on our team to do these things. Because-
I'm glad you are, because you just uncorked the dragon. I get yelled at like Lewis yelling at me.
No, because if we didn't have Gio doing what we have him doing on the other side of this, I would be like I'd be
Now,
like
you're
the uncorked
producing
dragon.
a show, and there are things that you're learning on the production base of new islands popping up.
You mean like the show we were talking about this morning?
It's
Anything
not really
new?
an island. That's
Yeah.
Well, the production aspect of it is an island. It's what do you call that? Uncharted island.
I think as I've gotten older, I've developed like Patience Island. Because I never used to have a Patience Island. I was a short fuse. And I think that it definitely strengthens Patience Island. But I don't know if I'm necessarily like learning stuff.
your Patience Island has gotten bigger probably in the past month. Also here,
Probably.
I've seen a huge shift since you came back from wherever you were a month ago.
Thank you, Casey.
They melted just a tad, but it's fine.
What is that?
It's okay.
Is that from yesterday?
What is it, Casey?
They're cake
Yeah.
pops. But I broke the sticks. in half.
What's a cake?
It's okay.
It's a cake.
A cake on a
It's
pot.
made out of
It's a
cake.
little, yeah, just a
Well,
cake.
everybody
yeah, we
grab
can't
one
see 'em
and
in
let's
frame.
taste it. Come, grab.
A little sticky. What? It looks like a funfetti cake.
They're gluten-free.
Uh,
Oh, dang it. I'm sorry.
it's okay.
Those are good, Casey.
Coverable.
You want one? You don't need that?
Maybe in a bit.
You want one?
I don't do that.
Yeah.
Really good.
Very good. So what melted the frosting? Look at Freddie's face.
It's green.
It's like a funfetti.
There's sprinkles.
Oh.
There's gluten-free funfetti now. I love it.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
And what's on top?
Icing.
You can put your fudge on top too.
Oh, I forgot
Casey is definitely the baker extraordinaire.
The baker or the maker?
All right, let's take a commercial break. More to come as we celebrate getting ready for 4th of July with these funfetti cake pops. I gotta get a napkin. It's sticky. Anyway, more to come. We'll be right back.
Love the Brooklyn Cafe? Don't miss out on some of the latest merch we have available. Need a new shirt? The Brooklyn Cafe has you covered. We have a variety of shirts in all sizes, ranging from the classic cafe shirt to the highly coveted colorful hot dog shirt. Need something for cold weather? Why not grab one of our cafe hoodies? Or you can snuggle up with one of our soft silk touch fabric blankets. The Brooklyn Cafe has everything you need, from clothing about the show to our signature coffee blends and mugs. Get it while supplies last.
Give me the mozzarella. 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 Give me the mozzarella.
Pizza Rica, tasty rich and pizza at 2001 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard or contact 561-826-8663.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Do you have diabetes? If you have insurance, you may qualify for a new continuous glucose monitor. With a CGM, you can continuously track your levels and trends, spend more time in range, significantly lower your A1C, and share important data with loved ones and caregivers. Most importantly, a CGM eliminates the one thing most people with diabetes hate: painful finger sticks. Take charge of your health. Order your new continuous glucose monitor today. If you use insulin and have seen your diabetes care provider within the last 6 months, you may qualify for a CGM today. We'll do all the insurance paperwork and deliver your new CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost to you. Medicare and most insurances cover continuous glucose monitors, so don't wait. Have your insurance handy and call the CGM Health Hotline now.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who help people that have been injured or wronged. If you've been involved in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or injured at work, you have rights, and you may be entitled to money for your suffering. Don't accept an offer you get from an insurance company until you talk to a lawyer, and we represent some of the best personal injury lawyers you can find. Tough lawyers that will fight to win your case, and they're so good they stake their reputation on it by only getting paid if you win. So if you've been in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or hurt on the job, find out today for free what kind of compensation you may be entitled to. Call the legal helpline right now.
800-613-3597. 800-613-3597. 800-613-3597. That's 800-613-3597.
Welcome to the Chocolate Spectrum, nestled in the heart of Jupiter, Florida, where every sweet indulgence tells a story of hope. Founded by Valerie Herskowitz for her son Blake, who is on the autism spectrum, the family-owned Artisan Chocolate Company has been spreading joy since 2013. Here, individuals with autism and other developmental disabilities are empowered with training and employment opportunities, which not only give them purpose, but also teach valuable skills. Support a greater cause with your exquisite treat by shopping in-store or online at shop.thechocolatespectrum.com, with shipping nationwide all year round, or call at 561-277-9886. The Chocolate Spectrum, where every bite makes a difference.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
My mother told me, son, I'm gonna find you a woman. Just be patient, and she'll appear. One of a kind and extremely rare. She'll be a lot like you, and a woman that's true. And she closed her eyes as she said, goodbye. My mother died peacefully, knowing I'd find you eventually. She'd be proud to see my arms around you. There's nothing like being in love, romancing under the stars above. There's nothing like holding hands, strolling along a beach of white sand. When I reach for your hand, chills run up and down my spine, making me know you're mine, oh mine. I wake up to hear your voice, I go to sleep to hold you tight. Heart melts when you say hello, kiss my lips and I lose control. There's nothing like being in love, romancing under the stars above. There's nothing like holding hands, strolling along a beach of white sand. Now you got me swimming in a pool of love, and you got me floating on a cloud above. Run your fingers through my wavy hair, making me feel strong as a grizzly bear. Nothing on earth I wouldn't do. I'm so in love with you, how could I lose? There's nothing like being in love, romancing under the stars above. There's nothing like holding hands, strolling along a beach of white sand. There's nothing like being in love, romancing under the stars above. There's nothing like holding hands, strolling along a beach of white sand. I'm mother prayed to God I'd find you one day. Now you're here, don't go away. Strolling along a beach of white sand. There's nothing like being in love.
And that's Mother's Prayer.
Mother's Prayer by Bob DiMartino, which is absolutely
I don't know
amazing.
what his islands are.
Music was written by Johnny Melnick. Sound editing was done by Eddie Jelly, and the video editing was done by Baxton Sumner.
Eddie
Nice
Jelly.
job. So I'm still laughing and chuckling because I think my first emotion is joy, and then my personality of fear and anxiety and stress come in and are like, let's take her joy away. Yours is not joy, ever.
I'm sorry, don't talk about my islands.
Like, what is your
Keep
first?
islands
It's
to
not the
yourself.
island.
It's not the island. It's like
the executive board.
the executive board in your
Don't
head
talk
says,
about
what
my
emotion
executive
are you
board.
going
Don't
to
worry
have?
about my-
Where's
Why
Gio?
does everybody think
Where
that you
is
can
our
in-
executive producer?
How is it that everybody can get into my executive? Mind your business, people.
What's your
I don't get
executive? What's
this.
your first emotion?
Right now? Getting a spear.
But always, like all day long, is your first emotion what? What do you strive to have? Emote.
I don't do that. I don't work like that. That's not what I do.
What do you do?
I sit down and I have something in front of me. I take care of that. I like to organize what I'm going to do, but I don't walk around saying this is going to be my emotion today.
But you wake up and feel like I want...
One step at a time?
1 minute at a time. 1 minute at a time.
I think your first emotion is joy.
Thank you.
I do. You're always
Is it?
happy.
Yeah,
Think
I
of
think my
joyful.
first emotion is joy. I'm similar to Dawn, because then like I think disgust
That's
is
a big
next, and then fear is next, and fear and disgust take over a lot.
But jeez, you have a very dark day. What's your first emotion when you wake up in the morning? I gotta go take a whiz? I mean, come on.
That's not an emotion.
Yeah.
With you, I don't like have an emotion.
You don't have an emotion.
They say it's a
If
gender
I'm tired, then I'm
difference.
like,
I sleep. When I'm hungry, I eat.
You don't have an emotion attached to that, like cranky or upset.
Yeah.
When I came in here, I didn't have no emotions. Now, I don't know. People want to get in
When
my
I see
grill.
you standing like this,
that's true. He comes
Yeah.
with no emotions.
this is the look of, we're going to see what happens next. This is like the dad scoping the studio look. So I pulled up and you were doing this in the doorway, and I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
not quite sure what this means.
I was looking at the front for the 4th of July, what I wanted to look like.
But this is the
I
look
come
of
in-
analysis.
No, it isn't. I come in and I have to turn on whatever lights are left to be turned on. I want to sort of get a feel for the house that I'm in. But I've done this all my life. When I worked for my father and I had to go to construction sites, I used to scope what I'm going to work at. But it's not an emotion, it's work.
Like I come in, I go, hi, I see the angels, I see what they're doing,
And
I
there's
see how
something wrong
it
with you.
feels in the studio. I get a whole sense of the feel of what it is, not you. I think G-Man has joy as his primary emotion.
Oh,
Well,
that's
Yeah.
not true. He comes in here sometimes like a dragon.
but overall, his personality is one of a
Godzilla.
happy
joy,
personality.
yeah.
How
And I
about-
think sadness is his co-pilot.
Nathan, what's your first, what is it? Reaction?
Emotion.
Emotion.
Your first emotion.
Do you have emotion?
No.
There you have it. Guys don't do that. Girls do that.
Apparently, guys don't do that.
Yeah.
Boredom.
Well, women usually do have a higher emotional intelligence than men do, because women take more time to like feel the emotions, and when you feel them, you can distinguish them a little more.
Is that like an EQ?
Yeah.
What's an EQ?
Emotional intelligence? Like
Yeah.
an IQ is intellectually intelligence?
You guys are ahead of us in that too. Your IQ, EQ, and AQ is all the same.
No, it's not.
It's not
It's
EQ,
higher. Yours is higher.
EQ is how you distinguish your emotions and can handle them. Your intelligence is like basic facts, or like how you can critical think things out.
I have a low frustration tolerance, that I can tell you for sure.
Me too.
At least I admit it. It's not anger, it's frustration more than anger. Which I think there's like this fine line of anger to frustration where that
Which
goes.
is the most
Yeah.
important element in business?
Business, patience, understanding.
Okay.
That's the dad non-emotion. Okay, do it your way.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
That's where we get that from. It's for
This
Freddie.
is something you're going to learn as you go along in the game. You're going to find out patience is important, but it's not the most important.
What do you think is most important?
Doesn't matter what I think. It really doesn't, because you see, when you start telling people how you think as opposed to anything else, then people want to get in your grill and tell you how to think, how to do things. Why is it that I woke up this morning and everybody, people that I know and I don't know, are telling me everything about what to do? I mean, I've been doing this forever.
You know the funny thing? It's amazing because people don't text me during the day. They
I
don't
should give
tell
them
me
your number.
anything that they tell you.
I'll give you
But
your
then
number.
I can read
But
an
I
email.
show it to
but
you.
listen, you and I are listening to the same phone conversation. I thought, wow, that was a lovely conversation, better than I anticipated. You're like, no, because if you read into the conversation, this is what it meant, and this is what they said, and this is what they meant to say, and this is what they didn't say. And I'm thinking, I was sitting next to you and I heard the same phone call, and I didn't get any of that from the conversation.
That's because your island is bigger than the others.
I got, wow, they didn't know. It's a joyful conversation. So nice that you made that phone call.
And when they text you the truth, you go, boy, I hate to admit it, you're right again. I mean, listen, people have this angle of always wanting to be right. It isn't about being right. Media is a perspective.
Yes.
It's a box of crayons. One day you like yellow, the other day you like brown. There is no right answer to media. Doing an interview with her, there is no right answer. Can I make her sound better? No. Can she? Yes. You gotta keep things in quadrants as to what they really are. And I hate repeating that over and over again because it sounds like I'm lecturing somebody. But you're lecturing me.
So is this
Don't
joy?
do that. What?
Is this joy?
This is not
What
joy.
emotion is this that you're
truthfulness
partaking?
Is that an emotion?
No.
You see? And you're doing it again. Why don't you just say, yeah, okay.
Truthfulness is not an emotion,
It is,
though.
for me.
It evokes either stress,
No
hostility,
stress.
anger,
No hostility.
fear.
No anger. Definitely no fear. Truthfulness.
There's an honesty
How
island.
do you
You can have
feel?
an honesty island,
Is
but
there a
honest.
frustration island?
I guess that's kind of anger.
So
You
how does
see,
that
but I
make you
don't-
feel, though?
What?
All
What
of this.
shrink? What is it you want Dr. Kill there?
How
What?
does all of this make you feel?
It doesn't make me feel anything
So you have
until
feel
they
nothing?
pile it up. No, I don't. I really don't care. I don't care if you're going to tell me what you're going to tell me.
How do you feel about the situation, Freddie?
Lord. Oh, Doc, let me tell you. If I cared, I wouldn't do the business. If you were to care about everything somebody said about you and whatever, what would you say?
I think this is why we butt heads when it comes to like consumerism, because I'm like, this is gonna make someone feel some type of way, and you're like, I don't care how they feel, and I'm like, but they could perceive this differently, because when I push stuff out, I'm like, I look at everything and I'm like, how is this gonna make someone feel? Will this make them feel the urge to buy more? Is this gonna make them feel eager? Is this gonna make them feel excited? Is this gonna make them feel happy? Where you're like, I want to do what I want to do. I don't care how it makes them
But
feel.
I never said any of that. You're
That's not what you said, but that's
But,
like our
okay, so-
differences.
no, but the difference is this. You know, you're in a mode of, you're showing me something allegedly that I do. But I have to spend the morning defending you.
No.
You didn't. We were
You see, but
talking.
if we're going to talk the truth, let me tell you. Defending something you did, something that you did, something that he did. I spend the morning defending actions.
But that's
in
not what we're
production.
talking about.
See, I don't understand why people do that to you, though. I don't
No, but
understand
what
why
I'm
people.
trying- well, let me finish my thought.
Okay.
The problem is that when you have enough people saying and doing these things, you have a tendency of saying, I don't care. That's not the way this game is worked.
See, if that happened to me, it wouldn't be I don't care. It would just be my sadness would come in, and I'd be like, wow, my frustration of
But
that.
why are you going to be sad?
Because I got people coming down on me and saying all these things. I
Well,
don't understand
one
why
thing is
people
to
say
saying it
things
about
to
you, but when they start saying it about the crew, then I have an issue.
See, no
with
one
that.
says anything like that to me.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna say they're talk to Dawn. I'll do that. How's that?
No, I'm glad you
And
take
let
it
them do
over.
it. No, let them do
Yeah.
it to you at 6:30 in the morning.
No, I'm glad you're happy to take that.
Because apparently the whole world thinks that their way of doing things is correct, and then I look around and I say, well, show me something that you've done in this field that you can actually verify. And it doesn't exist. And it isn't anger. I'm not angry about it. I'm trying to educate without sounding like I don't care. But the only words anybody ever hears me say is I don't care.
No one says that.
I say it.
Why? Oh, because you say you don't care, but
Because
you
I
do care.
can't get anybody's attention to listen to the reasons why.
But you do care. Anyway.
I say I don't know
What
what
are
you're
your
talking
plans for
about
the 4th?
anymore.
What are your plans for the 4th?
I
Something
blew the
good?
surprise. I'm going home.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I leave tonight. I was supposed to surprise my mom, and no one else watches the show, like my other family members, but my mom watches sometimes, so I was trying to be like, psh. But yeah, I'm going home and
Nice.
hanging out with my family. And we're probably going to do a cookout and stuff.
Is your brother going to be there?
Yeah.
Nice.
I think he got off this weekend, too.
And what are you doing, Matthew? Bed riding?
Going to New York
When are you leaving?
this weekend.
Nice. For 2 weeks?
He's going way up north. And they make movies.
Is there family
Uh,
up there?
Yeah.
He's a man of few words. Nathan, how about you?
I really don't know. Usually, our area has a parade that goes on every 4th of July, but we've gone every year. It just got so full right now after a few years. So probably just make some ribs, some hot dogs, some burgers, and just show the family.
You should throw a carrot in there and see who notices.
Yeah, don't tell anyone now.
Yeah.
See if anyone notices.
I just got a text from the city of Boca Raton of all the things that are happening for tomorrow. Know before you go.
What's it looking like?
So there's a firecracker 5K.
Oh.
$30, but apparently that's sold out. The pickleball racket competition is sold out, but there is a free block party, 1 to 4 at Sugar Sand Park tomorrow. Free fabulous block party, award-winning Sugar Sand Park. And then at 7 to 9:30, there's the Countess de Hornley Park right on the Spanish River where the library is, and it is fireworks.
I used to do that every year.
They've got an opening act, and then they've got Samantha Russell at 8:05, high energy rock pop band, and then the fireworks at 9:10. So everything is right here. So sign up if you're City of Boca Raton or the city you're in. Sign up to receive their text messages because they do send out a lot of important information. So that was really nice. I don't think I've ever gotten that for the 4th of July. That's pretty cool.
I got it for Boynton, because I live in Boynton. And Atlantic Avenue, they shut it down at 10 o'clock. So I got to be out. On the
AM
road.
or PM?
AM. I got to be out by 8, 10 o'clock. Otherwise, you can't get in.
Yeah.
And they don't care. No, you ain't coming in here. I had to argue with a cop one day.
Of course.
I didn't know.
Again, not joyful.
I was gonna say, there's your anger.
You make a reservation. I told the couple, wait a minute. And he says, well, you had to read the signs. Well, I don't go by Atlantic Avenue back in the day every day. I don't see the signs. Now they're sending those out. So I know Atlantic is closed.
So we'll see. A lot of people are going away. A lot of our
You
crews.
like
So just
fireworks?
be safe.
Actually, not. I'm not crazy about them. I can go without them.
It's true because it's
it's
a
like
thing
a-
already.
They're cool, but it's not.
You ever seen them at a stadium, like you see the Yankees or the Mets play or the Marlins play and they do the fireworks? The Marlins do it inside the stadium. It's kind of crazy.
I think it's cool. I think they're beautiful. I think New York, when they have them on TV over
Yeah.
the water, is beautiful.
Washington D.C. now is taking.
I think
It's
they're-
going to be amazing in
Yeah.
D.C.
I think they're cool when, like, if I just come across one, like, oh, they're shooting off fireworks. But I know people that drop, like, thousands of dollars on fireworks, and I'm like, that has no appeal to me.
Can you see the ones from Washington D.C. from your house?
No.
Oh,
That's not
apparently
that
this
far.
year is supposed to be a big shindig.
So I think Chelsea's going to try and go to the
She's
mall
in the
and see
city,
that.
huh?
I know. So everyone says traffic's bad, but she can walk. So
And the one in Sand Park, Sugar Sand.
Sugar Sand?
I've done that one a few times. You have to take buses now because they started this thing, nobody used to go, and then it got bigger, bigger, bigger. Now you have to go park and take a bus to the.
But I'm sure they'll be so beautiful you can see them from anywhere. So check out what everyone's got doing. We interviewed Antonio Racino yesterday, an attorney. Do not drink and drive is all I can tell you.
Oh, call
Do not
Tony.
smoke illegal things or carry them in your car unless you have a medical marijuana card. Things that could make your life simple just by doing what you got to do. Or not doing what you're supposed to do.
If you have a burnout traffic light, get it repaired. They can't pull you over for it. Doesn't matter how small.
See, I could not be an attorney. I could not do that. That would stress me out like crazy. I know. I like.
Going to court or representing?
I think just representing, like dealing with people. These are important issues. These are like life-changing issues. If someone gets caught with marijuana and they don't have a license. If someone's drunk driving or sitting in a car and you've been inebriated, you can't even do that. And you're representing them. And this affects the rest of their life for one thing that they didn't realize they were doing wrong. And that to me would stress me out because you have a life in your hand. It's like being a doctor. You've got a physical life in your hand. What we do, because we don't do politics, we're not holding a life in our hand. It's important, but it's a different level.
But some influencers do. Some influencers use their platform. Like, what's her name? Brett something with the comment section. She does a podcast, and she is a huge political influencer like that. And she can sway a whole vote just by one way or another. She's like number 3 podcast in the world right now.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
That people do that. I saw, was it Kylie Jenner is now renting out a house for like $450,000 a month?
That's crazy. They have too much money.
What? How can you make so much money?
I don't understand. I don't understand how that family is so powerful.
Like that's an obscene,
I know.
absurd amount of money.
He did some good investments back in the day.
So did Kim. With her, Kim's modeling is what like skyrocketed them, but I'm just like, that's insane how much, like,
But
just
Bruce
pretty.
Jenner, back in the day when he was a he, and he was on the Wheaties box and all that.
$400,000 a month in rent.
Yeah, but he took that money and he invested it.
That's
Bruce
insane.
Jenner could have been anything. He could have run for politics. He was such a big deal.
Crazy. Think about
He
that
was.
amount of money.
No, I think about OG getting $251 million over 5 years. That's crazy money to play Basketball. That's great. The guy from
And
Kansas
sports
City.
make too much money. Oh, Travis
600
Kelce.
million. This is crazy.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. I know. There's like
I
this
know.
huge disparity in the world between this and that.
Entertainment is such, and I guess I shouldn't complain because it's the industry I'm trying to get into, but they make so much money. It's not funny.
The basketball industry makes $82
Yeah.
billion a year plus the teams. So signing a contract for 5 years at $29 million a year isn't a whole lot of money.
And you see, they just made a documentary about the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. The documentary itself brought in more money in their team that doesn't even win.
True that.
Because you know what still sells, doesn't it?
It's-
Sexiness still sells.
The bobsled team, what was it? The Jamaican bobsled team?
I didn't hear about this.
Yes. Did you see how much money that movie made? It took maybe $50 to make that movie. And it made a ton of money because people were curious about Jamaica in the Winter Olympics.
I love that movie so much.
Oh my gosh, you see this hurricane?
Heading
Nathan,
to
you have family in Jamaica?
Yes, I do. My mom, yes, some family are planning to go to Jamaica during the end of July, and I know it's a category 4 out there. I'm very worried right now.
It's a bad storm.
Yeah.
I mean, they evacuated. Where can you evacuate to in Jamaica?
From an island, yeah.
That's the thing though, cause like
Where are you where are you going?
I don't know, cause like it's going over Jamaica, and my family side my family side is in the mountain areas in my country area, so I don't know how hard they're gonna get hit, especially my family house. So.
Wow. They say low-lying areas are evacuating unless they're evacuating that
Right.
to the mountains. But
That's what
maybe.
you do.
I'm
You
thinking,
go
where do you
into the
go?
mountains. Well, my
Yeah.
father tied himself to a tree. I mean,
I
that's what
remember that.
That's what they do. That's what you look for any kind of shelter you can, because they're not
That's fair.
geared up for that. It's a tough situation.
Totally. So that's sad.
Hopefully.
Anyway,
Yeah.
let's wrap this up. More to come midday show. We'll see what we've got cooking. I think we got to do something for the 4th of July before everyone heads out on the road to do their thing. We also have Beach Jam Media with Jennifer Corbin Carson. She's continuing the conversation on how to file your veteran disability claim. First set the intent and then just get the paperwork rolling. And I can tell you from experience, if you overcome the fear and panic, things do work out. Correct?
Not
Lesson
saying
of
nothing.
Dawn's Day.
Not saying nothing.
More to come.
Mic drop.
We'll be right back.
Thank you for listening to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. My mug is empty, and you know what that means.
I think it means it's time for a coffee refill.
As we prepare for other shows here at the Amp Media Production Studios.
Tune in for more fun and laughter at 12 o'clock for our afternoon show.
And remember to like, follow, and subscribe on our page.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe and be kind to each other.
And don't be